It's such a warm feeling to realize not only a contribution of money has helped, but a contribution of personal involvement has helped. My name's David House. I am the current international president of Cosmopolitan of the United States and Canada. The mission of the organization has changed since I first involved myself with it. Sometime in the late 70s, early 80s, they adopted diabetes as their national project. And it's a disease that is quite common today, becoming larger and larger in number. I don't know very many families that, if they look back somewhere in the family history, don't have someone that's been affected. I was invited to a meeting in Lincoln of a young club. They were having a social and had a speaker coming. This gal started telling her story of dealing with a young child diagnosed with diabetes and unable to sense the high and low ranges, and basically would go into a near coma or a coma with no warning at all. She was diagnosed at 2.5, I believe, and in the time frame of that to about age 5 was hospitalized 42 times. She's a young child, she's going to have a parent with her, so her mom was forced to stay. That's what eventually lost her jobs. The employers couldn't tolerate her being gone as much as she was. The family couldn't afford the payment of the bills. The husband was in the construction business, and this just became a burden that he couldn't tolerate, couldn't handle. So she ended up being a single mom and without a job, going onto welfare, unable to deal with the whole thing. It hit me, what if this girl was my daughter, my granddaughter, immediate family? What would it be like? How could you help? Diabetic dogs are trained to sense both high and low sugar, smell in the person's breath, and they will alert the person if they're high and also alert the person if they're low. If the dog can't alert the child when they're low, the dog is trained to go wake the parents.
The children can't communicate it. They don't know what to tell you. They don't know when to say, I need help, and it takes a long time to learn it. So the parent is trying to figure out how to care for the child with an unknown, with a thing happening they can't see or feel or anything else. So there's a lot of helplessness that comes with that. So the dog can add a little bit of that back.
I knew at that time that I had to do whatever I could do to help alleviate this situation if possible. We had just had heads of hounds at our club meeting showing us the diabetic dog program they had and what they could do, and the dollar value that they were committing to these dogs was so far below everything around the country that it was an achievable goal by getting a couple of clubs involved and getting this dealt with. I came back to our club, to clubs in our federation, and committed funds from all of the clubs to pay for not only the dog, but any vet bills and feeding expenses for a short period of time, and get the family on their way to a success with a diabetic dog.
Can you imagine a 10-year-old girl that just got this awesome dog? All the happiness, all of the, and mom's tears, in the whole event. They're all kind of magical, but that one I do clearly remember.
It's very gratifying to see this child out playing and enjoying being an 11-year-old girl and not have to be so conscious about all the things that maybe she couldn't do previously, and yet understanding that that animal will save that child's life. The mother has gone back to school. She is today employed by an ambulance company as a medical tech. She likes what she's doing. She feels so much more comfortable about herself because she's no longer pulling everything from welfare. She's able to do most everything herself, and it's been a great benefit for the entire family. My goal for this year is to encourage every member in the organization to find the fire and be able to get out in the public, talk about what our programs are, expose the public to what our organization can do, and allow people to become involved and join our cause.